Cool. Aaron, are you able to give me a thumbs up if you can hear me just fine?
Sounds good.
Great, thank you. I think we can start now. Thanks for waiting, everyone. Oh, hi, Diogenes from Brazil. I don't speak Portuguese. I wanted to say hola, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. I'm not sure if it's the same in Portuguese. Um, but yeah, welcome to the webinar, everyone. My name is Gretel. We are having this webinar today. We're really pleased to welcome you. As you may know, because as you may know, with Comet Voyager version 22.9.0, which we released, I think, like 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure we're up to 22.9.1 now. It's now possible to connect directly to the Storj P2P network. So we're really happy to feature Storj today. They're our latest integration partner. We'll learn more about their technology and how storage works, what sets them aside from other cloud storage providers. Um, and then we'll just do a quick demo of how to set up storage on a storage template on Comet. And then we'll take your questions after. Okay, so let's get started. Um, I am pleased to welcome Aaron Zitzer. He is the product manager, product marketing for Storj. How are you doing, Aaron?
I'm great. Thanks for having us.
Cool. Thanks for joining. It's what time is it over there?
1:30 in the afternoon. I'm on the West Coast, so
Great. Yeah, there was a mix up with the time zone. We started daylight saving in New Zealand. Saving started on the 25th of September, so we're caught off guard a bit. But yeah, with our just going back to the webinar with our storage integration, we are able to provide users with a faster performance during download operations and lower latency without the centralized bottleneck. So it's just easier and faster for Comet users to use storage as a cloud provider. Our team did a lot of custom work to build a stronger integration with Storj, which allows provisioning of storage templates. This means that Storj users can request sub accounts for individual users. So more on Storj. What sets Storj apart in the industry from other storage providers, and why should you use Storj with your Comet backup account? More on that, I am going to turn it over to Aaron to tell us more about that.
thanks so much, Gretel. So before we take a look at how storage is different than traditional cloud storage companies and how it works, I think it would help to share a little bit of background. So historically, if you wanted low-cost cloud storage, it meant that it was either slow, insecure, or both. Why is that? Well, it's probably no surprise that data centers and storage are extremely expensive to build and operate and maintain. So Amazon, Microsoft, Google, they have to factor those costs into the prices they charge their customers. So in the past, if you wanted a solution that was fast and secure, it was most likely going to be expensive. If you wanted a solution that was secure and inexpensive, it would probably be slow. So basically, you had to make a trade-off. There was no way to have all three. So solving this problem was actually the mission of Storj when we were founded 8 years ago. Our founder was actually looking for a way to securely store a lot of data, and he needed to be able to retrieve it quickly. But what he found when he went to look at the available solutions is that the cost to do that was way too high. So that got him thinking, what if there was a different way? And after doing a little bit of research, he found, not surprisingly, that most of the hard drives on the planet are underused. In fact, about 75% of them are using less than 20% of their capacity, but they were already online. So if there was a way to leverage these resources, you could remove the expense of building and operating a data center, and you could pass those savings on to customers. And if that sounds familiar, it is kind of like an Airbnb or Uber, but for cloud storage. So let's take a look at just exactly how much you can save. This is a cost comparison of storage to kind of the big three. And this is just to give you an example of how much you can save. So for storage, we charge just $4 per terabyte per month, and that includes all of the security and performance features that we'll share with you in a minute. We don't have tiers or hidden fees. And then when it comes to transferring files, we charge $7 per terabyte versus Amazon's 90. So on the transferring, you'd save over 90%, and with the storage, you'd save about 80%. In just about any scenario, you're going to save 80 to 90%, possibly more if you're using one of the other providers. So you can probably understand how we're able to offer such low prices since we're leveraging those underutilized resources. We don't have to buy and maintain them. But you're probably also thinking, well, if you're using underutilized storage, across the world in a distributed solution like ours, there's going to be some obvious challenges. So let's talk about those a little bit. So since storage is using unutilized space on thousands of drives all around the world, right now the numbers are over 15,000 nodes in 100 countries. So the cost benefit is pretty obvious, but there were challenges that needed to be addressed. Security and privacy, obviously.
Yeah.
Performance and durability, those immediately come to mind too. So the interesting thing is that by addressing these issues, Storj has actually created a completely new standard in data security. And we'll share some of the exactly how we do that in a second. So the architecture provides an enterprise-grade performance and durability, and it's all backed by a service level agreement. Now we can take a look at how it works. So I mentioned the 15,000 storage nodes. These are operators all around the world, and we can't necessarily trust all of our node operators. Some of them might go offline, for example. So our solution had to be built from the beginning so that it didn't require trust. And it wasn't easy, but Storj solved this essential requirement. And our zero trust architecture, as a secondary benefit, makes worries like data breaches and ransomware attacks a thing of the past. And this distributed storage model is actually being recommended by industry analysts now. When storage is centralized, the compromise of just a single entity, like a user device or a storage system, could potentially put your data at risk. But our decentralized storage removes this risk. So let me show you exactly what happens when you upload or retrieve data and how we can ensure that security and high performance.
Yeah, that's really interesting. If I could just interject, I really like the Airbnb analogy. It sounds really neat and just efficient, I guess. With Because you're right, yeah, there's a lot of hardware that's unused and untapped, and it's just great that you thought of tapping that resource.
So it's a great analogy, and it's an easy way for
Mhm.
people to wrap their heads around the
Yeah,
efficiencies and the cost savings.
yeah.
But like I was saying, the first thing that immediately comes to mind is, well, is it secure?
Yeah, like
And so
if you're storing data in like different people's houses or like garages where their hardware probably sits, like how do we make sure that it's safe? And if the garage burns down, then what happens to my data?
exactly. So let's share some of those details. So here's what happens when you upload to Storj. So the first thing that happens is that any metadata and the file itself is encrypted. It's just automatic. So everything is encrypted, and you control the encryption keys. Only you and those that you grant permissions can access your data. Even Storj doesn't have access to your keys. Once it's encrypted, then we split it up. We split up all the data using a technique called erasure coding. It's a proven technology that's been around. It's been used on DVDs and in satellites and other technologies. This isn't something new. It's just something that we've applied as a part of the overall architecture. So with our erasure encoding, every file is split into at least 80 pieces. And then each of those 80 pieces is stored on a different drive, run by a different person on a different network, different power supplies, and a different geography. So it's completely distributed.
Mhm.
The size of the file actually depends how many pieces there will be. So I said it's split into at least 80. We work on 64 megabyte chunks. So for a 65 or 64 megabyte file, there will be 80 pieces ultimately stored across on the network. For a file that's bigger than that, say 100 megabytes, there would be 160 pieces stored on the network. So the combination of encryption and distribution make the system extremely secure. So at this point, your data has been encrypted, split into little pieces, and distributed around the world. But now you're probably wondering, so how do we get it back? So let's take a look at what happens when you need to retrieve that file.
Yeah.
So the way that erasure coding works is that we can actually recreate your entire original file with any 29 of those 80 pieces. So with any of those, we can put the file back together. So at Storj, this means a couple of things. First, it helps to ensure durability. In fact, no disaster, no outage, bad actor, or misconfigured server can corrupt your data because there's built-in multi-region redundancy. We actually provide 11 nines of durability, which is comparable or higher than the traditional legacy cloud storage that's out there. It also helps with performance. So files are actually downloaded from 35 nodes. So I mentioned only 29 are needed to
Hmm.
recover your entire file, but by requesting it from 35, we take it from the first 35. So it helps with performance. It stops when the first 29 are retrieved, basically. So with over 15,000 nodes around the world operating in unison to ensure low latency, high throughput, no matter where your data is being downloaded from. We built our solution to be an enterprise-grade, low-cost alternative to legacy cloud storage. And in over 3 years of operations, we've never had a single file lost, hacked, or corrupted.
That is awesome. Not a single file lost, hacked, or corrupted. I mean, again, just you just need 29 pieces to put together a back to restore a backup. That is really, really interesting.
Absolutely. So, I mean, hopefully that kind of explains how we were able to solve that problem of leveraging all those different underutilized assets while maintaining the
The
security and
security,
performance.
yeah, yeah, that was my main thing, and yeah, it kind of reminds me of a not exactly, but of a treasure map which is broken into different pieces to keep the treasure safe. I know it's not the same analogy, but I like to think in real life examples.
A real life treasure map.
I mean, a
Okay,
real life treasure map, exactly. Yeah.
that sounds good. So now that you've seen how the solution works, it should hopefully be clear how we can deliver the durability, security, and performance. And there are a lot of benefits to having a decentralized architecture. By encrypting and splitting the data and storing it across many nodes, there's no single point of failure. Even we can't see your data. So like I mentioned earlier, it
Mhm.
makes ransomware and breaches a thing of the past. And with parallel uploads and downloads from nodes globally, it's very fast. Our customers actually get CDN-like performance for a fraction of the price.
Mhm. That's awesome.
And we don't want you just to take our word for it. So IDC and other industry analysts who are covering the space have shared how distributed storage is poised to disrupt the cloud storage market. Um, and with that, I'm going to pass it back to Gretel so she can show how easy it is to set up storage with Comet.
Cool. Uh, and yeah, with the security again, just blown away by how you can keep data secure. And I think you also mentioned that you encrypt data as well, which is something that Comet also does. Your data is always encrypted, so you won't see the customer's data when it's backed up, and we don't see the data either. Again, really secure. So let me just go ahead and move on to the next part of the webinar, which is just a live demo on how to set up storage templates on your Comet account. I'm gonna shift the screen. All right. So I've already opened Comet hosted and a self-hosted server. This would be the Comet hosted server, and this is a self-hosted server. On a Comet hosted server, well, first you need to, of course, create a storage account and set up a bucket, and then get your CLI keys. I've already downloaded my access keys and I've already created a bucket, so everything's pre-prepared. This is really just showing everyone how easy it is to. Again, we've made some custom development around making storage available on the Comet interface, so it's easy for users to just plug it in and then start using it. So if you just need to go on settings on the Comet hosted server. Oh, and again, just make sure that you're on the 22.9, at least 22.9.0 version of your self-hosted or Comet hosted server. We're up to 22.9.1 now. So if you're on a self-hosted server and you're not on 22.9.1, please please update your server now. There's a lot of new features that you can make use of. On the Comet hosted server, go to settings, and then right here, storage, just click on add. And then under type, choose Storj. Again, it's already pre-configured. Well, not pre-configured, but it's already made. It's readily made available to you. And then you might want to name this. Let's say I want to say that this is my storage. And then I've already downloaded my API keys and my bucket name. So let me just paste everything on here. And then click on save. And you'll see your storage here. Don't forget to save. The save changes button is at the upper right um, part of your screen. And there. And now, how can you make sure that it's successfully configured? If you go to your user, and then let's say you want to use it for an existing user, just go to your user page and then go to storage vaults, and you would see that you can now request it for an existing user. You can also, if you also are adding a new user, you'll find it here. It's already, you can, at the onset, while you're creating a user, setting up a user, you can request Storj as a storage template. Cool. And on the self-hosted server, it's pretty much the same process. The only difference is where you're gonna access the storage template. Go to settings and then go to authentication. And then, yep, so over here under storage templates, click on add. And then same thing, same process. Under type, choose storage. And again, you'll need to put in the API key, the passphrase, the bucket name. And you might want to, you can name the connection if you have different storage, if your data is going to different storage locations. Right, and we will have a live Q&A again later. So just for all of our guests, we have support team from Storj and from Comet online. So if you want to chuck in your questions, we'll get to them when we get to after just a couple of slides. All right, so that's it. It's pretty easy, 2 minutes, and it should take you like what, like a minute to set up your storage account and get your keys and set up a bucket. Okay, let me go back to um, the presentation. Cool. All right. So for those of you who are not Comet users, just the first two slides is just a quick, just a wee bit about Comet, what we're about, and how the Comet technology works. So the what really sets Comet apart is our technology. We have client side deduplication. So we have fast bandwidth efficient backups. Because deduplication is client side, so you save on storage space. You don't have to do full re-uploads. After the first backup, you'll never have to re-upload the full file again. And backups are incremental. Your oldest backup can restore just as fast as your most recent one, so there's no need for differentials or delta merging. And data is compressed and encrypted. Again, security, a big fan of security. I think we all are. Data is compressed and encrypted during backup, transit, and rest. And the only time it's unencrypted is during a restore. We can see your data, so absolutely secure. And then, so just what can you back up with Comet? We have we'll share the links to how to sign up, and with Storj and with Comet, all of the relevant links after the webinar. Send notes to everyone. But you can back up like files and folders. Which is included in your base charge of $2 per month. And then there's a couple of other data types that you can back up for a different cost, like disk image for bare metal restores, Office 365, and as you can see on the screen, all of the other data types that you can see on the screen. Cool. And again, we'll share all of the links, relevant info that we covered on this slide, and Q and A's after the webinar. But in the meantime, I think it's time to, yep, that's we'll share the sign up link with everyone as well. But yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to chuck them into the questions tab, and our team from Storj and from Comet are will be happy to answer your questions. There you go. We have one from Diogenes.
I'm reading it right now.
I think this is a Comet one. I created an account to test. I didn't quite about storage. Sorry, quite understand how Comet creates the storage accounts and passwords inside the buckets. Once Comet uploaded the data, I couldn't see the data stored in storage with the same password. Ah, okay. So accessing your data in storage. What is your question?
Someone else is replying.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. So the way that the questions window works is someone can type a question, and then we can type in an answer. But we can also invite someone to verbally answer or ask a question. Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't show the process of setting up the account on Storj. So when you set up your Storj account, you actually create the bucket with a password there, and then those are the keys that Gretel was showing when
Mhm.
she was configuring on the Comet side. So Comet doesn't automatically create that for you. And something else, I mean, while we're waiting for questions, I mean, when you set up your account on Storj, you get 150 gigabytes of storage for free to start. So it's a great way
Mm.
just to try it out.
Is there an expiration to the trial, Aaron? Can you tell us more about what we
There,
would get with the trial?
there is not. The only limit is
Oh,
the
cool.
yeah. So 150 gigabytes.
That's awesome. Ah, there. We've got some live troubleshooting
Yeah. So Gretel,
going on now.
I'm not familiar with your live storm, but can everybody see the answer that was typed into the response there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, we will send the questions. Everything is captured. So I'll capture the questions and the answers, and we'll send them to everyone after the webinar. This is also a recorded webinar, which everyone who's registered will receive a link to. So even those who weren't able to dial in today would be able to review the webinar. While we're waiting for other questions, are there any events that we can look forward to from Storage? Anything new that you guys are cooking up that maybe you can share with us?
We are constantly working on or attending events and going to events and um, yeah, I mean, I think the best is to keep track of we do have an events page on our website, and so
Mhm.
you can follow us there or follow us on Twitter, and we'll be sure to get you the latest and greatest info. And storage is also we most of our solution is open source,
Mhm.
so people can even follow our product roadmap. It's on GitHub, so if folks are interested in seeing kind of what's coming, we welcome you to search for storage on GitHub.
Yeah, that will be that. Yeah, I think a lot of our users would be very interested to have a look at that if it's open sourced. Um, Maybe contribute or is they or do you have like a feature voting or like a customer request portal or any way that customers can provide feedback or ask
There
questions
are
about
requests
this?
that come in, that typically, but I can send you the link, and then you can include that in your follow-up to the attendees.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Looks like somebody else posted a question.
I think yeah, it's Diogenes as well. The follow up
Okay,
to his original one. I
right.
don't need the date to see the data directly, but for purposes of cleaning up unused data, I understand how it works. Is this subkey visible? Yeah. So again, I'm just accessing data in the bucket and cleaning up yep unused data. Yeah, Mason's just typing in a question to that one. And yeah, for everyone who's just dialed in, again, we'll send, well, I don't think anyone's dialed in, but in case you missed it, we will also share a link to an integration guide on the Storj document repository on how to set up a storage account and what info you need to, as you create a bucket, what info you need from your storage account to set up storage template on the Comet side. It's really detailed. There's screenshots and everything. You'll like you won't miss a step. Uh, it's really clear what you need to do.
Hopefully we explained it well enough so there aren't a lot of questions.
Oh yeah, I was just following again when I set up my Comet storage, my storage on my Comet servers. I just followed the screenshots and yeah, I was able to create a bucket and get the API access and the keys, and it's really straightforward, I think.
And actually, for anybody else that's on the call, yeah, if you did have questions, I'll bet 90% of them would be answered in that document.
Mm. Yeah, that's how straightforward it is. Oh, and if you have questions on like if you get any errors on the Comet server, on the Comet end, as you try to configure storage or after you've configured storage and you try to request for a template um and you keep getting errors, just you can let us know. Just create a ticket, a support ticket with Comet. I will include a link on to the support ticket site and like give you instructions um, on how to. Let me just close up my other screen. There you go. And yeah, give you instructions on how to raise a support ticket if you are getting any errors. Cool. We'll just wait for, I guess, 2 more minutes to see if anyone else has any questions. But yeah, I have to say again, it's really competitive. The pricing is pretty competitive. The technology is efficient and secure from the presentation from your presentation, Erin. Really keen to see to start using storage with my own Comet account.
Well, thanks so much for having us. I mean, we're really excited about this partnership and hope a lot of people can take advantage of it.
Yeah, Oh, for sure. I think with we have documentation on the Comet process guides as well, regarding how to set up storage. So hopefully, your customers, our customers, would both take advantage of the integration partnership.
Absolutely.
Cool. I guess my last question, Aaron, is if anyone, actually, if we have customers who'd want to partner with you, is that something that they can get in touch with you for? Maybe they want to integrate, build an integration with
Absolutely.
storage.
I mean, we provide, like I said, the free trial is there, so anybody that wants to can test it out.
Ah,
We provide multiple ways of integrating with storage. So we provide an S3 gateway. So even if you've got an existing application on AWS, it makes it really
yeah.
easy to migrate. And with that 150 gigabytes, you can play around, use it
Yeah.
as your sandbox.
Mhm.
And then yeah, we've got all the contact details on our site if you want to reach out for additional details.
Cool. I think we're making good time. And if we have another question. Ah, there you go. Thanks, Celine. All right, I think that's all of the questions that we had for this webinar. Again, Aaron, thank you for joining us today. We're really excited about this partnership. So for everyone who's attended, just I guess key takeaway would be it's easy to configure storage with your Comet account, and it's very secure. Pricing is very competitive. So give it a try. You get a free trial with Comet and also with Storj. So as Aaron said, you have a free period when you can try things and see how the features work for you.
Thanks for having us. And I
Right.
know it's still early for you, so have a great day.
Thanks, Aaron. Happy Monday to you. Tuesday, where we are. And enjoy. See you in the future.
All right, take care.
Right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.